Hello guys, Moukass here. This video is going to cover my short request list to SOE for the next update for Planetside 2, because PU2 is out and I'm pretty happy with it overall, but there is still a lot of stuff that I don't like in the game, even if it's an awesome game, seriously. A lot of these points have been inspired to me through my very long gameplay experience and the feedback from the community on the official forums and Reddit. So let's begin, guys. I think that the spawn rooms, almost all spawn rooms, and especially in small facilities, the base level should have more openings to reduce the spawn camping. The first level should have shielded openings and windows, and the top floor should be completely exposed. That way I think the spawn camping will be much harder, but I know some people will say that it will just to motivate people to stay in the spawn room, but they could also add a mechanic that Rel talked about in an article from him, where like every minute all the defenders in the spawn room will have to be flushed from the spawn room. They'll have to leave so they can synchronize and push all together instead of getting farmed one by one. So I think it will be much easier for base defenses, because right now most of the time when the base is spawn camped by vehicles especially, it's completely lost. People don't even get out of the spawn, it's getting boring, especially some small facilities like at Coramed Labs, Ines Research Labs. There is a lot of ridiculous spawn rooms on Amerish 2. Also, second point, I think that there should be dynamic respawn timers according to the population, to help the faction that is underpopulated, to balance like the crazy population differences that there is sometimes, like 90% VS, 10% NC. If the defenders spawn much faster, they'll try at least to defend themselves. So I think it will be a good change. There is a big change I think they should do to all towers. I think that they should move out the A point outside the tower, like in the Crown. The Crown is actually one of the best bases now, I think. All the points are outside, and the attackers have a chance to take the A point. Because right now at Crossroads Watchtower or Crimson Bluff Tower, the attackers don't even try now to get inside. It's impossible. They get stuck in those special stairs where to have to go. There's only light assault that get there. So I think the A point should be outside, so the defenders will be forced to get out of the tower and fight, and I think it will be much better. So next point, I think that the terrain should be a little more climbable by infantry, also by vehicles, but especially infantry. I'd love that they add like an option to slowly climb a very high slope, even if you're not light assault. Like you could do this very slowly, you'd be exposed, but at least you'll ascend a little, and maybe you can get to like good positions, and we'll finally use some parts of the maps that are never used now because of this. So next point, I think that the tank mines are really useless now. They are not really fun. I used to do a lot suicide missions with them, with the spawn beacons. Now they have been nerfed. It's much more difficult. I didn't really like them before. What I would prefer is like a lot of small mines, very hard to see, but they will not insta-kill a vehicle. They'll just damage it, slow it, so it will enable a little group to anticipate incoming zerg, because right now there's almost no way to stop a zerg. Even if you know that they're right there and they are coming in 3 minutes, you can't do anything. You'll repair the AV turrets, it will not be enough, and that's it. The tank mines now are too big to be hidden anywhere. Anyone will see them and destroy them, and you'll just waste your resources. So it will be much better if maybe one engineer could carry like maybe 10 mines. Each mine could do like the third of the damage that they actually do now. And I think it will be much better and add a lot of gameplay layers, especially in defense, because right now it's almost inexistent. So next point, I think that the C4 must detonate much faster. Not much faster, but faster. Because you throw it and you have to wait like maybe a second, I don't know exactly, I'm sorry. but it's too long. Seriously, it's too long. Also, I would love that they add a mechanic in the game where you can throw it faster, like in Battlefield Bad Company 2. Like in this game, if you like look up and jump and throw it, you can throw it much further away, and it was awesome. I'm not asking them I'm not asking SOE to allow us to throw them like a grenade, but just a little further away, it will be fun. So next point is that I think the Infiltrators should have much more stuff to hack. I would love that there'll be doors or anything. Maybe hack the vehicles for a short amount of time, or disable them for a short amount of time, or add a new tool that will replace the recon tool that can scramble maybe the vision of vehicles, or anything that Infiltrators can do against vehicles. So next point is that I would love that they stabilize the tank turrets, especially the Vanguard, the Prowler. The Vanguard has the most unstable turret, I think. The Lightning too. If you just move just a little bit, it's gonna screw off your aim. It's extremely annoying when moving in hard terrain, and almost all the terrain in Planetside 2 is hard terrain. So that's why the Mag Riders have an insane advantage. It's not that big advantage, but they can shoot while moving accurately. And with the Vanguard is much harder, and I really don't like it. So next point is about the Flash, and this one is really important to me. I love this vehicle. I think it should go a little more faster, at least faster than a Harasser. I would love that they add the 360 view for the Flash, even if the mounted gun doesn't follow the view if you look behind or on the sides. I would love that the Flash get more climbing capabilities. It should never get stuck on like a medium slope. It's not acceptable for a Flash, seriously. Also, I would love that they add the roll cage if you flip it. And one last thing that maybe will sound a little weird, but I would love that the backseat guy can turn around and face the same direction as the pilot. It will create like some awesome combinations, I'm sure. Maybe he could switch like with the F3 key to like looking behind and looking front, and maybe he could and he will be able to shoot with his primaries and all his weapons, and it will create like some awesome mounted like the cavalry guys. It will create like cavalry in Planetside 2. It will be great. I'd love this because right now the guy behind can't look front. He's just waiting for his death. So I'd love this change, SOE. So next one is that I love that they add more variety in the infantry loadouts and also vehicle loadouts. Right now there is not much choices, seriously. You either have C4 or medkits. I think there should be a lot more stuff. It's very limited. You can even feel it with the loadout series that are very varied in Battlefield 3, but in Planetside 2 there's so few of them. It's because the loadouts are too limited. I would love that you could customize your character a lot more, like if you want to be a warrior and heal a little, or if you want to fly and infiltrate a little. Like I would love that we can have some combinations like that. I know it's not very realistic now, but just think about it, seriously, it will be great. Next one is not that important, but I would love that they reduce the Phoenix and Raven sound. The Ravens is the NC Max weapon, is making a sound that is too loud. So next point, I would love that the Maxes have limited revives, so it doesn't create again these stalemates in biolabs. Maybe they should only get revived once or twice. I think more will be too much. So next point is I would love that they add another sound when you fly in ESF, when you get hit by another nose cannon from in ESF and small arms fire. They should make a different sounds because it's very different in the damage. So next point is very important, I think, is about the engineer anti-infantry turrets. Right now, I think they're indestructible. It's really not funny. I think they should be destroyed maybe in 2 rockets, and they could fill the hole at the head. The snipers can't shoot him in the head. Right now, even with any class, you can shoot through this hole. I can do this with my heavy assault. I do this often. I think the only way should be to flank or destroy it with the explosives. So next point is that I would love that they reduce the fall damage. Now after PU2 I really felt it. Maybe they could reduce it a little and maybe add a mechanic that will reduce the fall damage if you look down, or if you press Control key, or they add some kind of mechanic based on skill that will help you survive fall damage. So next one is I would love that there will be some more variety in the scope choice. Like right now there is some weapons that doesn't have the 2x scope available, like the GD7F and the Encore, which are one of my favorite weapons, and the 2x scope is one of my favorite scope, and I really don't understand why they couldn't. I can equip the 4x but not the 2x. I think it's I don't like it. So next one is I would love that they add the laser sight attachment for the close quarters bolt actions like the SESR, and also the semi-auto sniper rifles, because right now the attachments available are useless, like the flashlight or the forward grip. It's completely useless, but I would love to be able to hip fire even with the bolt action. Not at very long range, but at least a little, because right now to hip fire you have to be point blank. It's not funny. It could be a little more varied. So the next one is about the bolt actions. I would love that they add an attachment that enables you to rechamber the round while you're scoped, like in Battlefield 3. Right now you have to unzoom to rechamber. So to rechamber quickly you have to unzoom, but if you unzoom you don't see where the target lands. I don't like this compromise that you have to do, like do you leave it scoped and you don't rechamber, or you unscope it and you don't see the target and you don't see the bullet landing. So next one is not that important, but I think that they should redesign the Warpgate. Like most of the space in the Warpgate is useless. I think they should bring the terminals closer to the spawn tubes, and also they could add like a little shooting range with dummies, like in the VR training. Just one, like take a few shots before you redeploy. It would be great. And that's it, guys. I hope you agree with this. If you do, please support the forum thread that I'll post, also the Reddit thread, and if you have any more suggestions yourself or something that you think should be added, you can post it below, and I'll make more videos like this if there's a lot of requests. So maybe it will get some more attention and you'll get there faster. So I hope this will get the devs' attention, because I didn't saw any of this in the roadmap, and I think it's really important for the game, and especially the funny part. I'm not talking about the realistic part, I don't care. And that's it, guys. And good job SOE for this awesome game. I'm still enjoying it, and we can still improve it to make it the best game of 2014, I think. See you guys, and Merry Christmas!